I need everybody's attention, please. Does anybody have an appeal in this room? Okay. If you have an appeal, remember there are 3 steps. Write the word appeal. Explain next to your name what's up. Circle in the body of your answer where you should have gotten points. When you've done that, hold it up in the air and Sleater will come collect it. Everybody else, please pass up both parts to the front and leave them at the front. Don't snowball sideways, just snowball forward. Thank you, thank you.
Anybody else have appeals? No? But they wish I could appeals.
You should just kick back.
Okay.
Oh!
Yes, she's nothing so crazy.
Okay, yeah. You don't get it from.
Yeah.
What? Cool, Angela. Two.
What about that?
You are? Okay.
What else did I do?
Pancake.
On a Tuesday lunch.
You can tell the post literal.
Okay, now.
To that extent,
Let's see, where was it? If you have anything that you need to discuss about your grade, please raise your hand. So we just have one per Paul, 2 persons.
What's the finals percentage like of our grade?
Okay. So after I talk about the final, we'll look at your grade. It's about 5 to 6.5% of your grade, depending on your personal distribution of credit. For some of you, if you have like a really strong test average, you could basically not take it and probably keep your grade. There's like a couple students that have like set the curve or been above the curve on most of the exams, and so if you have an exam score that's over 100%, you could almost conclusively not have a grade changed, and we could figure that out on the computer. The letter grade wouldn't change. The percentage could drop like this. 5 to 6.5%. Second, it's all multiple choice. Same pace as usual. So instead of 22.5 minutes plus 22.5 minutes, it's just 45 minutes of multiple choice only. So 50 questions, 54 seconds per question, 45 minutes. It's a really detailed exam, so it's basically all the nitty-gritty. I think that the high score after 10 years is like a 90%. A passing grade is usually in the ballpark of like a 60% or less. No, that's where the curve is actually, I think. Yeah, so the curve's usually around 60%. So like the whole point is most of the students will get somewhere between like a 15 and a 40% unadjusted. It's like a really tough one.
Wow.
really wants us to fail.
The good news is you've kept track of your mistakes, because about a third of the questions on the final you've already seen. And about a third look really similar, just a couple of the words changed. So I made the question about B instead of making it about C. So you've seen much of it. About a third of the questions you've never seen before. They're totally random and obscure. What else? You're going to take it dead last, Friday right before we leave campus.
Yeah.
By that point, our computer system usually is bogged down, but if we get lucky, I'll have your grade all corrected because we're going to talk and everybody else's grade is solid. So I'll still be adding a few things, like the Unit 5 and Unit 6 after school environmental films, some of the Unit 5 exam pieces if they were missing here, some of the last articles and winter break reading quizzes. So by the time you come in to take the final, we'll have 45 minutes, you'll bubble the Scantrons. I go up to the teacher's lounge and pass them through the Scantron machine. I come back and enter them into the computer, and then I say, everybody, you can turn on EDU now, and wham! You'll be able
So
to
scary.
you'll be able to see your final grade before the bell rings. And we might even have time for you to walk up and yell at me. Remember that your bills are due tomorrow. Does anybody have a parent note? Because they couldn't. So if you have those parent notes, I need those to figure out what we're going to do about your stuff. Otherwise, everybody can kick back for the rest of the period unless you want to come up and talk to me about your grade.